Oh yeah, that's what our whole thing is about the season. Let's enjoy what we're doing, and let's not look back and not remember what we did, and it'll be fun. We started the day in our pool, and we wanted to come and win our first 3 duels, and we knew the Red Oak one would be a pretty tough duel for us, and we ended up wrestling really well and put ourselves in position in a lot of those matches to win the duel, and we did. And that put us in the semifinals, and then we had Shenandoah the first round of the semifinals. Again, we had a few toss-up matches, and we wrestled really well in those, and it turned in our favor, and we ended up getting the dual victory. And we wrestled a really tough Westwood Sloan team. We looked at them on the computer and seen that they wrestled Woodbury Central to a 1-point duel, and so we knew they had a lot of good guys, and they're like ranked guys in there that would be really tough matches for us. Oh yeah, well, Alec Mormon, he's wrestling the #1 ranked kid, and Zach Olvin at 120, and we didn't want to come away and not know what would, not know about how that was going to happen. Like, not look back and if we would have bumped away, and could I possibly beat the kid that might be the state champ, or may this be a kid that I can, I'm going to have to beat to get to state when it comes to the end of the season. So he wrestled really well. It was a 3-0 match, and it was really exciting to watch that. Yeah, 3 things we say every day. We come in and we say be consistent. Like, be consistent with practice. Like, make everything the same, and then be dominant. When I'm in a position in a match, let's be dominant and like score those points. And when it comes down to it, it's time to be clutch. Okay, when I need big points in a match, I'm going to come with the big points, or I'm going to come with that pin for my team. And that's all about being a tough wrestler. And I have a lot of guys on my team that do really well at that. Last year we kind of came through and turned a little heads and had we were 28-6. I'm the math guy. I know the exact numbers, and we got the Christmas break at 10-2, and this year we come to Christmas break and we're 10-1, and we beefed up our schedule in the second half this year, so we'll get a little more competition. So we'll get to see some of those matches like that Olvin Mormon match, and that'll help us later on in the season. And as a program, this is our 9th year, I think. And we didn't win a duel the first year, won 4 the second year, and that 4 turns into 12, and that 12 turns into 14, and pretty soon you're sitting here at 28 wins, and your goal is not to have less than 25 wins. So it's really exciting, and it's fun.
Yeah, I went out there and did the best I could and came out on top with all wins. Yeah, the first 3 were all done in the first period, but the last one went in the second period, but I still got the pin. Yeah, well, I'm kind of a defensive wrestler. I don't like to take too many shots. I like the headlock a lot, but I haven't been using it lately. I've been saving it kind of for better kids. Yeah, we have all the weight classes filled except for 13, but we should have that one filled as soon as our kid can make weight, so that'll be good. We want to make it to regional duels and do good there, and I want to make it to state and be able to place there too.
I was kind of bummed out that I didn't get 2 matches before, or I had 2 buys, and I was kind of bummed out. It seemed like everyone was bumping away from me or something. And then the last 3 matches, the Red Oak kid is probably my hardest kid, and the other kids I was just focused on pinning, and the Red Oak kid he just fell to his back, and I was just focused on getting the pin for our team. It's like the first year I've been actually able to pin people. I've usually only been able to pin people from like a takedown. Usually I'm more of a takedown person. I just like take double leg and a dump, fireman's. That's about really I'm really good at. We've been doing a little more in practice, like more stuff than we did last year. More like stance and motion, so we're all better on our feet, so we're not getting taken down as much. Everyone's been practicing really hard lately, and it seems like everyone's been confident and wanting to win, like not just going into every match kind of depressed, kind of. They just want to do good. I want to go to the state duels, and I want to place at state.
But then came back strong against Shenandoah. I mean, that's a rival, as everybody knows, and 51-27 means there's not too much question about it. Knowing, coming in, we knew that had the potential to be a real good matchup. And we got on a roll. Our heavyweight took a forfeit, our 6-pounder comes out and has some success, and then we just got after it. I mean, we were battling, and our guys were doing the things they needed to do. They kind of bumped around, tried to play some games with us, and, Alex Helberg at 120 is like, okay, bump him up to me, and, he sticks his kid, and, we continued to piggyback off each other. We had kids doing the right things, and they just kept doing the right things. I mean, Tanner Mertz, man, that kid's on another level right now. He's wrestling the kid from Shenandoah, who's a pretty darn tough kid, and he didn't leave any question about it. He took him down in about 10 seconds and put him away. So he's, we look for a lot from him this year. And then we just continued. At one point I knew, there were 6 matches left, and I was kind of like, if they pinned out right now, they'd win by 3. And, we have a decision, and then we have a match where, Cullen Bruce, he's kind of had a rough day. He wrestled some real tough kids, but he gets taken down and kind of gives up a little bit of position. But, man, he's got a killer instinct to him. He does not like to lose. It's almost like life and death with him. He's on his back for a second, and it wasn't more than a second. He rolls that kid through, and I knew when he was on top of him there was no way that was, not going to end, because Cullen Bruce is a tough kid and he does the right things. I mean, it's big, preparation for next year. I mean, if you look at our lineup, we got some known names, and we also have a ton of guys who, they're just stepping on the mat, and, they've been on the mat for, 5-6 weeks. We got a German foreign exchange student at 182, and he's never wrestled before in his life. And, he thought it, he takes the little victories in life and the little victories in wrestling. I mean, he got to the second period in his last match, and he's had some matches where he's taken the guy down, and he ended up getting pinned, but he walks off the mat and he goes, "I almost had him, coach." So that's exciting to see. You want to give everybody the opportunity to excel at their highest level. Not realistically, not every kid's going to be a 4-time state champ, but I had kids I've overcome in life, and they were never going to be more than a JV conference champ, but man, you give them that JV conference champion medal and they're twice as proud as that guy. Some of those guys who work for that state title, because some of those guys don't look like they work that hard, and man, when those kids, when they work and when you really invest in something and you're rewarded for it, that's what you want to see as a coach and as a teacher and as, anybody in life, really.